Another week of the PT Solutions residency in the books and another fantastic conversation. And this week, one of the things that we got into was balancing research with clinical experience. And how do we translate that now into the clinic? So how do we do it for a novice clinician that doesn't have much of an N in experience, intuition? Really, when we look at fast and frugal heuristics and intuition, we have to have experience to draw off of. And when do we integrate more of a slow critical thinking but research-oriented focus? And we're taking information from randomized trials or that evidence-based practice mindset. And one of the big things or issues that we're seeing out there right now is there's a lot of extreme viewpoints or false dichotomies presented that, hey, I've got to just go everything that is what the research says, or the research is garbage and there's nothing valuable out there. It's not one or the other. There's a lot of really crummy research out there. Just because something's a randomized control trial or systematic review does not make it good, right? A lot of them can be riddled with bias, terrible methodological flaws. On the flip side, we can't just rely on our own anecdotal experience that doesn't have controls. We don't know all the variables or what might have led to that outcome. And we're much more susceptible to outcome biases and confirmation biases. And so it's integrating them all. Right? It's being able to tie in what is out there in the research and good research, good evidence-based practice. And I know it can be frustrating because a lot of things show small effect sizes or we need more research, we just don't know. That doesn't mean research is bad. It just means that we need more of it, we need better pieces of it, and we fill in the gaps with our experience, with the patient values and patient expectations. And so that's why evidence-based practice has to tie in all three. So we can't just read research and know how to treat patients or treat them well. And we can't just have clinical experience and ignore the publication and say, hey, I can be now a top-notch clinician that knows the best approach with patients. It's integrating them both. And it's finding out that balance. It's also relying on mentors and other perspectives because we're going to be biased by our own perspectives or limited by our own as well. And so it's integrating all of these things. And that's one of the reasons why we do a residency program, is to bring people with different experiences, to bring a lot of the evidence and to help digest it and translate to clinical practice and fill those gaps with people who do have that N, who have those clinical experiences. And so as you're getting out there and reading research, I just encourage you to not take a one-size-fits-all approach or dichotomous view about this works or this doesn't. It is an integration. It is a lot of gray areas. There's a lot of variability. But as frustrating as it might be, we have to keep pushing forward and making sure that we're integrating everything. Shared decision-making with the patient, building our experience in the clinic, but also taking what is out there in high-quality research. Thanks for joining in, and I'll share some more from our research from PT Solutions residency next week. Take care.